Hello, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to today's Moley robotic cooking demonstration. Today we'll be doing a SHA Soba noodle recipe, very low calorie noodle dish from the SHA cuisine in Spain, wellness cuisine. And I'm going to show you today how we load the ingredients, load the equipment, the utensils, and prepare this recipe for cooking. So today we're on Instagram and YouTube, so if you have any questions, we've got a live chat available and I'll try and answer the questions as best as possible. Alternatively, if there's anything technical, then I can get a relevant member of the technical team to get back to you with anything, any questions you may have. So do get in touch with us via our website, go to our contact us page, send in any questions, any queries, and anything you'd like to know about Moley Robotics. So let's go straight into the recipe. I'm going to go show you via the interface, and in our interface here you can see we have a list of recipes. Now our menu itself can be filtered, so depending on the type of cuisine from a different country or any dietary requirements, you can filter our menu and those recipes will show. So today we're cooking the SHA Soba, there we are, SHA Soba Noodles. So this is the recipe here. Now on the left you can see the list of ingredients required and also the equipment that's going to be used today to cook this recipe, which is the medium pot, the mesh basket and the slotted spatula. And also on all our recipes, there's some nutritional information, and it shows you the level of carbohydrates, fat, fiber, protein, sodium, which is your salt intake. You can see on this recipe it's quite low because this is a quite nutritional recipe. So it's a very low calorie recipe itself. And also we have another function on here, which is get ingredients. Now this get ingredients allows you to get the freshest of the freshest ingredients in terms of onions, carrots, garlic, whatever you need. So you can actually send a message to a phone via text message or WhatsApp message or even an email to remind yourself to get these ingredients prior to, just before you want to cook. Or alternatively, if you can't make it to the shops, we have an order ingredients delivery service. So you can actually register a company to deliver some food or the ingredients to you. You simply put in the details, put in the date, put the time, and your ingredients will freshly arrive to your door, ready to start cooking. So it enables you to plan your recipe cooking from the ingredient level. So let's go straight to the robotic cook. Here you'll see the diagram of the whole work area, the robotic arm, the shelves on the sides for the containers and the utensils. And it shows you clearly where everything needs to go. So the first item on the ingredient list is your ginger root and garlic. Now I've prepped some of these ingredients already just to save a bit of time for this live post. So some of the ingredients have already been prepped, but there is an integrated scale system that we use, enabling you to accurately measure your recipe, your ingredients, exactly the same way a chef would be cooking this meal, to make sure that not only do you get the maximum taste and the best taste of the actual recipe, as it should, but it's also consistent. So it's important that all these recipes are consistent. So the measuring and the integrated scale system is quite important, and makes you basically cook exactly like the chef would be cooking a recipe. So I'll show you that when we get to the tofu, but for now I'm going to load the other ingredients and show you how that process is done. So here we go. So I've highlighted ginger root and garlic. Now already on my shelving system, we have the LED light which indicates the position for the garlic and the ginger to go. So here we have the garlic and ginger, and that's the position as the highlight on the shelf. Confirm. Then we have the shiitake mushrooms, and here we have the mushrooms and indicated on the second indicator there on the LED light shelf. Confirm. And next will be the cabbage, spring onions, and sesame seeds. There's the indicator there. It's so simple, so easy to load. Even the actual process in terms of prepping the ingredients, there's small videos on there telling you exactly how the onion should be chopped or sliced, how big the actual mushroom should be, how big the actual pieces of tofu should be cut. So exactly, you get real detailed information on all the recipes. So confirm that's in position. Next is the tofu. I'm going to come back to the tofu because I want to show you how the integrated scale system works. So we've got 60 grams of, now this one is water, tamari, soya sauce, orange, and mirin. That's in that location. Confirm. And then we've got the actual soba noodles. Now this is a microbiotic meal, so this is that's where the high nutritional value comes into play with this particular recipe. A lot of microbiotic ingredients are used. So here we go, location on the bottom shelf, and toasted sesame seed oil. Now the actual oil would come from a normal oil dispenser, so that's already loaded on there, and we use that for other recipes as well, and this will be used for this one. So that's confirmed. Then that's my ingredients done. I'm just going to go back to the tofu. Now you'll see on our interface we have an integrated scale system. So as soon as I turn my scales on, you will see at the bottom an indicator that we need 180 grams of the tofu itself, and it also tells me what size these tofu cubes should be, which is 1 centimeter square cubes. So there goes my empty container. Here I already have my tofu chopped as per the recommendation on the recipe. Now I'm ready to load it into the container, and I need to get 180 grams. So 96, 122, 32, 58, 69, 170. Okay, it's close to 180, so that's fine. It's only a couple of grams out, but I'm happy with that. And that's good to go. And now that's going to go on the shelf on the top indicator where the LED light is. So it's a very clear indicator where the recipe and ingredients should be positioned. So there's no room for or margin for any error. This is a very simple system to use. So let's confirm that. Now the second part is just prepare the equipment. Now first item is the medium pot, which is already in position. Recommend on the left side, and that's already there. Confirm. Next is the medium pot. This is where the actual noodles will be cooked. So with this particular recipe and other recipes similar, especially our pasta dishes, we can actually do 2 pots in parallel. So one pot will be doing the sauce, and the actual second pot will be doing the noodles. So it's all cooked in parallel. And in there we've already got the water, so I can confirm that's already been done. Slotted spatula, that's already on the hook. Now it's actually, yep, facing the right way as well. So you'll see that there's a very clear diagram of the way all the utensils should be positioned. It's very important that it's positioned the way it should, as opposed to this way. It should be positioned this way, so you get a full clear stir, and we indicate that on the diagram. So the diagram is very important to know exactly how it should be positioned. So that can be confirmed. And finally, the mesh basket. Again, this is quite important that the basket is also positioned not that way, but this way, and the diagram is there to clearly tell you exactly the way it should be positioned. So let's confirm that. So that's it. We're good to go. Everything's loaded, ingredients are there, utensils, and everything is ready and in position. So now I'm going to start cooking. And the first indication tells you how long this particular recipe is going to be. So the cooking is a 21-minute recipe, and I'm going to start cooking this right now. So not only does the robotic arm cook with all the ingredients, but it also controls the hob. Now this is an integrated Moley hob with an integrated extractor, a downdraft extractor. Now this extractor takes in the air and recirculates it through a filter, and it comes out as fresh air. So smells and fumes from the cooking can go straight through the hob itself. So today, as I mentioned before, we're going to be on Instagram and YouTube. So if you've got any questions, please do feel free to send them through. Anything you'd like to know, I'd be more than happy to answer during this live chat. Got a message in from YouTube, Mr. Kagri or Mrs. Kagri or Miss Kagri, and saying hi, thank you for joining. So as I mentioned, this is part of our recipe library. This is part of the SHA Wellness Cuisine from Spain. There's lots of other, we've got about 8 or 9 different recipes, which basically are very healthy recipes, very high in nutrition, very low in calorie, and super healthy in terms of if you're in some sort of weight management, if you've got any dietary requirements. It's an ideal selection of recipes to choose from. We have about 50 recipes from around the world. We have different worldwide cuisines. We have recipes from around the globe, including Spain's paella, Thailand's tom yum soup, and India's lamb keema, butter chicken, chana masala. We also have a vegetarian collection. So if you want any tasty plant-based dishes, I've got a great vegetarian collection. And also a vegan collection. So if you want anything free, completely free from animal products, we also have that in our recipe library as well. The low-calorie meals, not only is it the SHA, but there's some other meals there which are low-calorie. They're on average are under about 400 calories, but it includes all the vegetarian, the vegan, meat, and some of the fish options as well. So there's my garlic. You can, I can see clearly that garlic's gone in. It's going to give it a good stir. Now all the movements, all the manipulations are done exactly the same way the chef would be cooking this meal. So the amount of stirring, the angle and the complexity is the same as how the chef would cook this meal. So the quality is very high and it's very consistent. Just going to check to see if we've got any questions. Okay, we've got a question in from Eamon Koze. What's the point of this technology if I'm going to prepare all the ingredients myself? Okay, there's a couple of parts to that I can answer. So the point of this technology is basically giving you access to recipes from around the world that you wouldn't consider, but you have at your fingertips, because you're able to not only get the ingredients yourself, so you can select the fresh ingredients from the store and make sure you maintain a high quality recipe, very similar to the quality you get in a restaurant or a very good quality outlet. But also you've got the added function of convenience. You've got the function where you can actually have the ingredients delivered. So it's time saving. You're releasing a lot of time. Now, so basically it frees up to about 45 minutes, which makes about 93 saved days over a 5-year period. So the time saving element is quite important and quite critical to our system. And this system allows you to have that. Now, in terms of preparing the ingredients, as I mentioned before, preparing the ingredients enables you to make sure you pick the best ingredients. So you could go into a store and you'll select yourself ingredients that are maybe not at the end of a sell-by date, but a lot fresher, so giving you a fresher and healthier meal. Also, the other applications for this is for disabled people, for example. People who are not able to cook like a chef or like an experienced cook in the kitchen, but they want to still have the access to lots of recipes from lots of different countries, lots of different styles of recipes. Also, the elderly as well. The elderly, rather than having the regular mundane recipes every week, the same old, same old. Again, this allows you to have lots of access to lots of different recipes from around the globe. Hopefully, Erman Koze, that kind of answers your question. Igorev, Alexei, thank you very much. Thanks for joining. YLCN, YouTube, saying hi. Hi, YCLCN. Just check and see if they've got further questions. Okay, so some of the other ingredients have just gone in, and it's going through the process really quick. This is actually quite a quick recipe. It's only about 20 minutes or so, 21 minutes or so. Okay, got another question here from Sarah, Earth Chef, on Instagram. So, does the robot cook longer recipes such as slow braised meat? So I could go out while the robot is cooking and dinner's ready when I get back. Yes, we potentially can. For example, I'll give you a very long recipe example. We do a risotto Milanese. Now that's a 55, 57 minute recipe. That's quite a long recipe. That's a long time to spend over a hob to cook it, constantly stir it. So our system will do that. Our system will be able to cook your risotto, put in the stock at all the relevant points and relevant timings according to the chef, and do the stirring and everything as well. Also, if you're popping out, if you're going out of the kitchen area, if you're going out of the house, whatever, you can still have the system cooking, and because it will automatically turn off the hob when it's finished. There is an added function where you can add a lid to the top of the pot when it's finished. That's like an optional extra, but it can take the lid and put the lid on. So when you come back home, it's ready for eating. So yes, we can do longer recipes. Neil K9, can you remotely control this from outside range? You potentially can, because we do have a phone app for this as well. But remember, you still have to manually load the ingredients just before cooking. So as long as there's somebody there, you could probably manually control and send the instruction to somebody to start cooking the recipe, and that person just simply needs to add the ingredients on the shelf. What some clients do, they actually order several sets of these containers. So you can actually meal plan for a full day, or you can even meal plan for a full week. So you can have a morning, afternoon meal already prepped in these containers, already sitting in the fridge, and it simply means opening the fridge, taking the ingredients, load it on the on the shelves, and press go. It's a great way of actually meal planning, also saving on waste as well. In this country, we throw away 200,000 tons of food from our fridges every year, which is a waste of food. This enables you to accurately measure exactly what you're going to be eating and also have that stored ready in the fridge, so there's no wastage at all whatsoever. Therefore, you're much better for the environment. Just going back to the earlier question from Sarah, Earth Chef, about braised meat. We do have another function. We have on our BM module just behind me, you'll just about see the blue kitchen just behind me. Now that kitchen also does oven functionality as well. So it can, for example, in a small pot, it can sear the meat. Once that's seared, you can actually go to the oven, open the oven door, take out the shelf, load the pot, and activate the oven controls. So we can continue cooking your long, slow cooked recipes, and that can be done on our BM module and with the oven function. We are currently beta testing some oven recipes at the moment, and hopefully in a few weeks we'll have those recipes in our library for you all to use. Here's the soy sauce going in. Here, a bit of a sizzle. Smells great, by the way, guys. I'm really looking forward to this microbiotic meal, knowing that it's really high in nutrition, super healthy, and very low calorie as well. Okay, just checking to see if there's any further questions. Nothing on that at the moment. Just to give you a bit of information on the robotic arm itself. So our robotic system is CE marked for UK and Europe, and it's currently available ex-works to the US and the Far East. So if there's anything you would like to know in terms of design, cost, etc., you can send in your details via our website page, send in your request, even any dimensions of your kitchen area. These are all our residential models here. So we do the full sort of design package and all the planning and the specifications from here. And we can fully cost up the whole project and give you a complete price on that. But we are available also ex-works for the US and the Far East. So we will support you with all the customs and duties and tax sort of documents required. But you will just be responsible for the shipping or the air freight. We also have a team come out to do installation. This arm is already used in about 90,000 different applications around the world, in laboratories and different types of engineering industries and so on. So already we have partners around the world who can support our system in any country, and also meets all the European safety directives in terms of the machinery directive, the risk assessment, safety of machinery and general principles of design, and also all the robotic devices and collaborative robots. So it meets all the very strict safety guidelines. So here we go, the noodles are going in. So, noodles gone absolutely perfect. I can see it all nicely sink to the bottom. Now the basket strainer's in there because the basket strainer will be able to, the robotic arm will be able to take the pasta out, the noodles out, put them into the sauce and give it a stir. So again, it's like that, I don't even need to do that either. The whole system will do this particular recipe, the whole recipe. It's going to cook it for me from scratch. Just to give you also, it's a very energy efficient system as well. So give you an idea, a typical hour of use only requires or uses up about 120 watts of energy. So very energy efficient. It's because it's been taught to only turn on the water, for example, when it's required, and turn it off when it's finished. So you're not using any unnecessary energy, which makes it more efficient. I mean, the actual energy used is the same as like a desktop computer or a fridge or any other normal kitchen appliance. Right, let's see if there's any more further questions on YouTube. No, everybody's watching quite intensely, which is good. Anything on Instagram? Nothing at the moment. You guys are all watching intently as well, which is good. So we're just waiting for the noodles to be cooked. So once they're cooked, I'll take out the basket strainer, put it into the pot, give it a stir, and this recipe will be ready. And I'll actually show you exactly how this recipe's been finished. I'll give you a close-up of the actual soba noodles, and you'll see exactly how this dish looks. So as I mentioned, here in our showroom here in London, 16A Wigmore Street, we have a showroom that's open Monday to Friday. So please do feel free to come and visit us here. We can show you a recipe demonstration. We do about 2 to 3 recipes every day, which is a very good way of keeping on top of the system. It's part of our certification just to make sure the system is working as it should. And you can come and see our models. This model here is our XR model, so not only do you get the robotic system, but we can actually design the whole kitchen in terms of the furniture. And we partner with some of the very famous Italian brands from the likes of Minotti, for example. Now, Minotti have played a massive part in supporting us in terms of the furniture. And some of the kitchens here, you can see behind me, are designed and made by Minotti. So this is our XR model. So this has got a peninsula. Now this can go on an island as well. So if you've got a big open plan kitchen, you can have the robotic system positioned on the island. If you already have a kitchen and you want to integrate the robotic system still, that's not a problem. You don't have to go through a full refit. You can go for a chef's table. The system just behind me on my left, it's a standalone system and it only requires about 1.2 by 1.2 meters square. So even if you have a nice new kitchen, it's open plan, you've got a bit of space, you can position that as a feature in the middle of your open plan design between, say, the kitchen and the living space. And it can be used whenever you want to use it. It's a plug-in system, only requires 220 volts, a plug-in to power it up. And a standalone system like that works really well. And our BR model on the right here, if you've got a long galley kitchen and you're tight on space, then you can have a long kitchen like this, and which is the robotic system against the wall. A bit more compact, it's not as open as this one, but we can do all the functions on the back wall with all your containers and utensils on the other side of the arm. So here you can see the noodles going. As I mentioned, there's nothing for me to do. I don't have to do anything at all with this recipe. It's made my sauce, it's made my noodles, it's taken it out at the right time, it's cooked it exactly the same way a chef would be cooking this meal, and I know that the end result is going to be absolutely perfect because the consistency of every single recipe in our library is 100%. So let's have a look here. So on the actual interface, you'll also see an indicator of how far down the recipe has been cooked. and we're currently 95%, and we should almost be ready, and the indicator will show me on the interface. It's giving it a nice stir to making sure the sauce and the noodles and everything's mixed and the tofu is mixed thoroughly. So you can see the amount of stir is very important, and the chef would have been doing this, and all the information that the chef records during every single recipe is given to the engineers. The engineers are also based here in London, and all the information is given to the engineers. The engineers then load all the algorithms, all the movements, all the tests, all the parameters, and all the manipulations, making sure the recipe is finished and complete as it should be. So there you go. Also, you can add your own recipes. If you've got any traditional family favorites, you can send those recipes in to us. Our chef will then look at all the recipes, look at the actual movements that the robotic arm is capable of, redesign it slightly to obtain the same result with your recipe, and your own traditional recipe can be loaded into the library as well, and it can be shared with just yourself, or it can even be shared around the world as well. So the recipe is complete. I'm just going to check for any final questions that I can answer. No, we've got nothing on there at the moment, which is good. So I'm going to show you how this recipe is finished, and so you get to see exactly the end result. Again, I've not done a single thing or lifted a finger apart from prepare my fresh ingredients, and now I'm going to show you exactly what the end result looks like. So here we go. Let's grab spatula. I'm going to grab some noodles here. Wow, this smells great. And the mushrooms and everything, fantastic. This will be my lunch for the day, actually. I'm glad I didn't have a big lunch today. So there we go. Let's get some of those beans on there as well. Just want to show you the beans on there. Beautiful. This is exactly what I would receive in a restaurant. Now I'm going to give you a bit of a close-up, so I hope you guys can see exactly how this looks. Beautiful. That's exactly how I'd receive my meal in a restaurant. Now let's give it a bit of a taste. Wow, smells great, guys. Let's give it a bit of a taste. As I said, this is my lunch for the day, so I'm more than happy with this. Yeah, really good, really good. So, all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for joining. I'm just going to quickly check to see if there's any more questions. I've got another question here on YouTube from YGTCN. Can the same meal, I think you're trying to say, can the same meal be done with 2 robotic arms? Not at the moment. Our model on the X-Air, the B-Air and the chef's table is a single arm system. But like with anything, so it's our first model. We only opened our showroom here in December 2023, so it's a new product to the market. And like with any new product, there's always going to be new models and new additions and so on. So I would say it's not impossible to do, and so it's definitely doable. And I would say keep an eye out on our website and keep following us. And in the future, we'll have new models, possibly with 2 arms as well, but coming out in the future. But at the moment, single arm system for all our 3 different models that we have. Thank you. Thank you for the question. Check on Instagram. Nothing on Instagram at the moment. So there we go. So I'm going to go away and continue eating this lovely meal for my lunch. It's a bit of a late lunch, doesn't matter. But in the meantime, you guys have a lovely weekend. and hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Showing you a new recipe. We have about new recipes, 3 to 4 new recipes every month. So next week, 2 weeks' time, I'll show you a brand new recipe demonstration. But in the meantime, thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you. Goodbye.